Hey all, J-Man here. I just want to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. It's time. It's time. It's Dazzler time. All right. We're going to talk about Dazzler today. We're covering issues 21, 22, 23, and 24. After tonight, we're already halfway. We're about halfway through the entire run. So we are going to do Beauty and the Beast as well. So this is once a month for till we complete the series. So the next one, it's not exactly a month away. It's kind of whenever I can squeeze it in. As you know, I'm doing a lot of streams. So we try to get these in when we can. We also do Transformers. But let's talk about quickly what's coming up this week. So this Friday, of course, is Fantastic Fridays. We got 4 issues of the Fantastic Four. My God, it is Hulk versus Thing. That second issue that you're looking at with Hulk and Thing fighting, that continues into the next one. And you got the Avengers. It just doesn't get any more epic than this Friday, to be honest. It's gonna be insane. We are also gonna finish up Transformers season 3 and season 4. I know that that just says season 3 on the icon, but season 4 really I mean, it's just 3 episodes. So there's really not any point in separating that as another season. Sean and I may go back and do Headmasters. Maybe we'll do Headmasters on its own and just call it its own stream. But we are going to finish up Transformers next Tuesday. So that's 1 week from today. And of course, Monday is the Legion of Superheroes live stream. We've got 3 more issues of Legion. That's sort of our flagship show. It's been real fun. These are the good ones, man. These are the good issues right now. You got stellar stuff going on. So there you go. Before I bring in SVon82, let's say a thanks to the Legionnaires, the channel members, Dan, Steven, Clobby, Sean. Sorry, Dan, Sean, Steven, Clobby, Brennan, Cliff on Comics. Cliff, it was supposed to be here tonight. He couldn't make it. He wanted us to continue on. He might come on the next one. So Cliff, thanks. Thanks for supporting the channel. We appreciate you, and we love having you on. RR and Philip Story are also our newest members. I think, does everyone have a shirt now? I believe so. Everyone here has a shirt, so that is good. We try to get a shirt to everybody who's a member, so we appreciate you guys. From Bearded Shirts, of course. So that is that. I'm going to use my Army of Darkness intro for SVon82. I just call him Scotty, so let's bring him in.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's up, man?
How's it going? Good, how are you?
I'm good. Ready to talk some Dazzler.
Dazzler, yes. Joe Dog, what's going on, man? Being first in the comments. FK, double size issue, to quote Naked Gun, is that some kind of bust? Well, it is very impressive, yes. Yeah, that is funny. Oh, yeah, I've got that one too. I'm too lazy to go get it out. You'll have to believe me.
He said double size issue. It made me think of the first issue we'll be covering.
Yeah, that is a double size. And as played by, well, if Sydney Sweeney played Magneto, I would say that's great casting. She could play any character. She could play Professor X. I'd be like, wonderful casting. That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I will watch her do anything.
Okay, so Scott's in the chat as well. So guys, make sure you're subscribed. I'll put that up every so often, the link to his channel. We'll talk about your channel towards the end. Actually, I started doing a trick. I've got a good trick now, which is start talking about the channel in between when we get to the halfway point, because that's when I find we have the most people watching, and that's a great. As soon as you get to the end, people feel it, and they're like, "Oh, you're done."
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Headmasters, it does sound dirty, yes, but that is not what it actually is. All righty, so let's first I got to put up my bar here. Hold on, there's a lot of ads, so I've noticed some of my Dazzler streams have gotten they've gone yellow, so I can't, like, they've got limited playability or limited ads or whatever. I don't know why, but on all my streams now, I figured out placement. So if I put this bar here, when I share the screen, it actually eliminates all the ads. So all of the ads come to the side. Cool. So I've got this bar now that actually will get rid of those ads, so we're not we don't get in trouble for showing ads for things that we don't want to show ads for.
Gotcha.
So talking Dazzler, I thought you were talking Fantastic Four. Come on, you know it's Dazzler time, FK. You knew that. Yeah. Fantastic Four, Fantastic Fridays.
It's a big night too. This first double issue is a very important issue in the Dazzler run. So
yeah, this is like everything came together in this one. Yep. So fair warning to you guys, this is not going to be the other ones all have action and there's superhero battles and Iron Fist and Power Man and Rogue and Flame. This one is a story-based issue.
Yeah, this is tying up all the loose ends with her parents, with her mom and her dad.
Yeah. Do you know who this is on the cover by any chance?
I don't. I have never done any research into this. Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah. I've never done any research into that, but I would like to know, though. I'm curious.
Let me see. Who is on the cover of Dazzler 21, right?
Yep.
You're going to be in a comic book.
It's definitely a cosplay cover.
Oh, here you go. Canada creator. Not any girl image. Okay, there is a website. I'm gonna take a look at it if we have time at the end. All right. So, do you want to guide us through this one?
Yeah. The first page pretty much picks us up where we left off on the last issue. And you've got Warren Worthington III, Angel from the X-Men. And he is flying with Dazzler, and it's just kind of a recap. This first page, it's just recapping and catching us up on where we were from the last issue.
Yeah, I like Dazzler here. She looks good. They've drawn her really well in these issues, so that's good. This is we're still in the same creative team, so it's Danny Fingeroth, Frank Springer, Vince Coletta on inks. And then Don Warfield on colors. So there you go. Everybody looks good here. I like this. There's that brooch that she had from that was one of the clues. This is all just a recap, right? So her dad, there's problems with her dad. Her dad wanted her to be a lawyer. Yeah. We're going to get the backstory of her mother here, so we can we don't have to go through all this. This is all.
And that's all that this is. It shows a little bit of her battle with a couple of D-list villains. It's just recapping us on everything that's went on in the past couple of arcs.
Yeah. Spidey swings by just to let everybody know that he's around. It's like, okay, Spidey's here, you know.
He swings by and he's like, he says something to them, but they're not paying any attention to him. So he's like, oh, they must have something going on. So
yeah,
but they're on their way to her father's, her grandmother and her father's house, because her father has kind of went into this a little bit of madness. He's driven insane, and they're having a lot of trouble with him. The grandmother is not able to get through to him. Nobody's able to get through to him, so she called Warren to bring Allison home. So that's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah. Spider-Man did that cameo paycheck.
Oh, and I just joined. I'm a Legionnaire now. So.
Oh wow, that is so awesome! Thank you so much. Well, that means you're up next, I believe. And if you want a Dazzler, you can let me know.
Nice. I don't know why I hadn't joined already. As soon as you said something about it, I was like, shit, I'm going to join. So yeah.
And I don't, and there's zero people joining, joining. There is zero obligation to anybody. I only put that up there because the Bearded Shirts is doing the sponsoring of, and I said, well, to help you guys, I'll put a thing up so people can get shirts and stuff and show them off. And they're like, yeah, I had to do something just to like kind of help them out, and that's why I run the ads too. Otherwise, for me, like most of my friends haven't joined.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't understand that at this point, because for $2.99 a month to have the chance to get one of those shirts, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you're going to get one of the shirts at Pace, that's a great deal.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, no, and the guys are really cool. I did a whole stream with the Bearded Shirts guys, and they're super cool. So anyways, rejoicing Spider, and then there was much rejoicing. Yes, they're correct. There was much rejoicing. Yes. And why are they doing this channel? I don't know. Why would they?
$2.99.
There's no reason.
You get a cool shirt and you're a Legionnaire. Why not?
That's great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's continue on here. Okay, so you're doing. So yeah, you're okay. Back to you.
Scott. They arrive at the house, and she walks in and approaches her father, and he actually turns to her, and he seems to. I think it sort of works, and he comes to and is able to have a little bit of a conversation with her, and that's kind of where we're at right there in these panels. And he turns to her, and he actually starts talking and comes out of it a little bit. It's weird how he just automatically just comes to when he sees her, but nobody else could get through to him, but he does. And so he expresses his anger with her, and it's just the same back and forth that they've had since the issue 1. Pretty much, it's just the same back and forth, and this issue kind of is going to tie up a lot of those loose ends. Yes. But right now, they're still in conflict.
Yeah, and I don't have any either. I had to. There were some financial developments that just happened about 24 hours ago. So I had to go to the comic shop, and I might not be on Chris's streams too often going forward because of some financial issues. I've had to drop a lot of. I'm going to be on Wednesday. I should be on this Wednesday. Cool, I might not be on maybe once every month or so because I had to. Some stuff happened with the company and so it's like I'm like completely drained. I will have no. I also unfortunately I had to cancel some memberships from YouTube as well for people. So yeah, don't worry, FK. we know how it is, buddy.
You're the only person I'm currently a member to right now. I had to cancel all mine. Money's tight for everybody. There's not a whole lot of extra money to go around right now.
Yeah. I used to have a little bit extra from one source of income that is completely gone. So that was actually my convention and comic book money. Mm-hmm. So now I have like, if we play north or south, I'm south. It's like south of 20. Yep, south of 20. I might only be able to get like 2 or 3 comics a month, like new comics. It'll have to just be maybe Superman and maybe Spawn or something. Okay. Anyways, let's continue on. What was this? Oh yeah, this is the backstory. The backstory with the mom, right?
Yes, this is the father's side of the story. He finally decides, you want to hear the story, you want to hear this about your mother so bad. Fine, I'm going to expose you to what I've been protecting you from your whole life. Here you go. So he lays out his side of the story, and it tells you how he met her mother and how they ended up getting married and how she was a singer and he was struggling at first and she supported them with her singing career. But then later on, he sort of came up in the world a little bit and became this attorney and a successful attorney. And at that point, he wanted little Allison came along, and he wanted Allison's mother to stop singing at that point, and because she was a mother at that point and a wife. They had gotten married, and he was doing well enough to take care of them all. Wanted her to ditch the singing thing. Didn't want her to be at these dive bars and stuff like that. And his suspicions were correct to not want her to be at these places because she did end up getting into drugs. It does mention she gets into a life of drinking and drugs, and she ends up meeting another guy by the name of Nick Brown, and they start to have an affair. And she eventually, it says that she leaves Allison for her own good, but she more or less deserts them, and he raises her. So you have a little bit of sympathy for the first time in this story for the father. But like I said, you're hearing one side of the story here. And And there's always multiple sides to every story.
Yes, and the dad, even later, he admits some fault on his part as well. But this is all recapped here. So basically, we've been waiting for 20 issues now to get this story. We finally get, up until now, there has been zero to little sympathy for the father.
Yes.
Until this.
Right. And now you can kind of understand a little bit. You can kind of see a little bit of where he's coming from. Just a little.
That's where TS is going to be. They keep saying I got my Deadpool tickets for Thursday night. So the second, I couldn't do the first showing because it's 3 p.m. But I got the second showing of Deadpool. So right after work, I'll be seeing Deadpool 3. So I'll let everybody know if Taylor Swift is Dazzler or not.
Man, that's going to be cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Message me as soon as you get out. I don't care what time. Oh,
I'll message you immediately. Yeah.
Let me know. Just let me know if she's in it or not.
I'll let you know.
Cool.
I mean, it's interesting.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Yeah, I can't see you when I've got this. I'm looking at the comic screen, so I can't see you. So you can just talk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, after sharing his side of the story and finally giving her the truth, it upsets Allison, and she takes off out the front door. And Warren's waiting outside where he was waiting with her grandmother, because Warren is friends with her grandmother, and she's upset, and she explains to him why she's upset, and then it cuts over to her mother from there.
This is nice.
Yeah, and it explains that her mother's upset too, and the same way that Allison is longing for her mother and that affection, and she's missing that in her life. Her mother feels the same exact way. So, and here, her mother shares her side of the story and tells us about the singing career and how she met this Nick Brown guy, how she did end up getting tricked into this life of drinking and drugs, and it led to abuse and a lot of bad things for her, and just not a good life. And she said that she left Allison behind because she didn't want to subject her to this type of thing, which I don't really sympathize with too much. I don't feel like you should walk away from a child like that, but I mean, it is what it is. This is her side of the story, and this is where she was at in her life. So you're getting the mother's side of the story here, and she's telling it to one of Allison's friends who met her via taking song lessons from her and not knowing it was Dazzler's mom. So
yeah, and actually, and then we get the reveal here of another child, Lois. So there's a sister, there's a half sister, and the mom to the mom's
through the relationship with Nick Brown, she did end up having a child, and so she has a half sister.
Looks like Turner has a cameo. No, Ike Turner cameo. That's funny. No, but the mom isn't trying to paint herself to be a victim, or she's saying, I did all this. It was that was not right. I should not have done it. The mom is not saying, "Oh, you should feel sympathy for me." Like, no. It's very clear that she did a lot of dumb stuff.
She admits fault, but at the same time, I don't think there's a good reason to walk away. But she does. She admits that what she did.
And by the way, I did find out it's June McDonald is the model.
June McDonald.
And here we go. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
The photo shoot is online. So all you got to do is search who is Dazzler or something on cover 21, and you'll find the photo shoot.
I wonder what that woman had to do to get herself on the cover, because she is no Allison Blair to me.
No, but there. You know what? Here, I'll put the article. I'm going to put the article because I'm not going to put it in the. I'll put it in the private chat for you to check out. I don't want to put in the public chat because I don't know what it is, and I don't want to support something I haven't read fully.
Yeah.
But for you, Scott, you can take a look at it. Chat, if you have any interest, go to Google and say who is Dazzler or June McDonald Dazzler and see and you guys can read the article. I'm not supporting anything I haven't read in advance. Okay. So yeah, you covered this. So now the friend is saying, "Oh, why don't you go see Dazzler on stage? Go see her. She's going to be playing. Why don't you go see her?"
Yeah, it's just like she ends up working it out with her, where she she's gonna agree to keep the promise. She's not gonna tell Allison, even though it hurts her as being Allison's close friend. She doesn't want to keep anything from her, but she does agree to promise the mom that she will not tell her that she knows about her, but she has to agree to come to Dazzler's show coming up. She's doing this huge benefit show, and it's going to be for charity, and all these superheroes are going to be there. It's going to be this big deal, and so the mom agrees to go to the show.
Yep.
And then she gets a phone call. Allison gets a phone call, and it is her manager, Harry Osborn, and he calls her.
Wait, no, wait. What's his name? No, it's it's not
Osgood.
That's so funny. I'm like, Harry Osborn. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, not Harry Osborn. Harry Osgood.
Don't trust him, Dazzler.
Don't get the two mixed up. But he walks in, and her manager is sitting here with this slime ball.
Oh my God! Look at this guy.
He's like a concert promoter, and they basically tell her about they lay out the concert, the whole deal about the concert, and he comes off really sleazy. She gets bad vibes from him. She doesn't really want to do anything with this guy. She can't believe that Harry would work with this guy. But it's the man throws out there. I can't remember his name, but he throws out there that it's at the Carnegie Hall, so she can't say no. But he ends up groping her before he walks out here.
This is it's off panel, but it's right here. So his name is Les something. And did I write his name again?
Gropes her against her will there, and then she gets upset at Harry because he allows the whole thing to happen and doesn't stick up for her.
Yeah, so that's just off panel here, and I mean, look, that's crazy. Like, I mean, even for back then, that's outrageous. Like, obviously today that would never happen in a million years, but even for back then, this comic isn't that old to where that was just brushed off. This is like she's pretty insulted, and Harry's like, oh.
It's like she gets offered substances several times throughout the issue. She does. A different time. She gets exposed to a lot of the bad sides of the industry in this one. Mm-hmm. But she's rehearsing. She's got the show at Carnegie Hall. It's a dream come true. So she's rehearsing, and she's rehearsing hard, but she sees the sleazeball guy come in, and she did not know that he was invited. And something about him sitting in gets her nervous, and she's just having a really off rehearsal and just a really, really bad day. So,
yeah. Beefer and those guys. So he offers her some stuff. She's like, no.
He actually offers in that first panel in the top left. He offers her, I can't remember what he refers it to, but drugs basically.
Yeah. Oh, I just got a message from Legionnaire Philip, who just got his shirt. So nice. that is great. So Phil, if you're watching this on a repeat or whatever, thanks, man. I appreciate it. He just messaged me saying he got it, so that's great.
Awesome.
So speaking of shirt, they're going for getting some clothes here. Doing a little bit of what was that? Devil Wears Prada or something, like one of those. It's like a montage of like the girls getting all dressed. I don't know.
In every Dazzler issue, you get these panels where she's promiscuous, I guess you could say the best words. But here's just some bathing suit panels, some random changing panels. They're in all the issues.
Yeah.
They like to draw her that way.
And then she's going out with her beau. There's the lawyer guy.
The doctor. He's back again.
Yes, Ken.
So they're heading out for a date. It's funny as hell because, as usual, Angel is waiting for him to drop her off after the date and leave. And then he's like swarming down and taps on the window as soon as everything's over with.
It's like he's like literally waiting to like swoop in. Metaphorically and physically.
He's literally watching for him to walk off. Then he swoops down and taps on the window.
Yeah, hey, I'm here. It's like, all right, thanks, buddy. Here you are. It's like,
but it works though. Somehow that works because he ends up getting a nice little smooch right here.
Yeah, what's going on here? She's smooching over here, and then the page later smooching over here.
Yeah, he's finally starting to get to her a little bit. So, yeah, he ends up getting a little kiss and flies away, and then it cuts back to her dad, and he has decided to make a decision. I can't remember exactly what these panels are. I think he's kind of coming to the decision that he needs to show up at the concert and maybe start doing things a little different to try to improve the relationship. It doesn't really tell you right here. It kind of leaves you wondering. He just gets up and gets in the car. Then we cut to the next panels, and we have our heroes showing up to the concert. You got Fantastic Four arriving. You got the Mighty Avengers arriving, and you've got Daredevil on the roof. He's going to check it out on the rooftop. And then you got Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Misty Knights, and can't remember the other one, the other lady, but somebody else there too.
I don't know the other lady.
And then Kazar, and then Peter Parker right there is the photographer
taking the pictures.
Yeah, you got Peter Parker there.
Beast.
Yeah, Beast. Him and Wonder Man show up together. They end up coming. And then you got Ken. He shows up, of course. And then her mother and her friend. Yeah, her mother's actually agreed very hesitantly. She doesn't want to. She's scared of an awkward confrontation, so she's worried about the whole deal. But she showed up, and then here we cut to the slime ball Lance, who I can't remember what his position is with her, but he's basically telling the guys, "You got to work harder. This is a big show. This is Dazzler's whole career on the line.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get everything going." So
I like Lance. Lance is becoming. He's actually been having some character growth as well. Like you can see he's dressed more reasonably now. He was always in like weird tight shirts or something silly,
muscle shirts and
muscle shirts.
Yeah,
right up and iron or whatever. And he's been more. I don't want to say normal, but you know what I mean. Like he's been more conservative or reserved or whatever. And I got the same impression you did. I think the father wanted to just go to support her. It doesn't exactly say it, but I interpreted it the same way as you did. Yeah, he wants to go support her. Mom's there. Basically, everyone's there. This would just be a montage. If it was a movie, it's just like clips of people showing up, right?
Yeah. And then we cut to her dressing room, and she's getting herself ready for the show, and her manager's there for a second, and then he walks away and shuts the door. And then this guy from one of the opening bands comes in. And he comes in and basically offers her drugs. And she's like, I don't want any part of that. I don't need drugs. And tells him to leave, get out, and slams the door behind him. And then she's sitting there kind of debating to herself, like the way that he came in right after Harry. Is it possible that my manager sent him in to try to get me to do some drugs to ease up a little bit? So she's contemplating or thinking bad things about her manager at that point.
Yeah, and so right away I thought, as soon as I saw that and she slammed the door, this is the first thing I thought of. and then
the second time in this issue that she's been offered drugs. So she's really seeing, she's been groped and she's being offered drugs. She's really starting to see the bad side of this industry.
Which actually her dad has actually been saying that from the beginning, and that's been one of the points of argument. It's like, well, he's like, I don't want you in this. Well, the whole reason is we saw the backstory. Now we know why the father's saying that, because it happened with the mom, and he's got firsthand experience. But Dazzler's a mutant with powers. She's not gonna, no one's gonna really be able to actually mess with her unless they're a super villain. I did want to say this just for do not do drugs, and here's the
message.
So there you go. All right, let's continue on. There's the dad. Oh my God, it's dad.
She's upset, and she gets another knock on the door, and she's like, "What the heck?" But then it ends up being her dad, and she's really surprised. And they really have this heart-to-heart talk, and it's a nice scene to see after you've got 20 issues of them being at odds. It's nice to see them come together for once.
Yeah. And she actually, because of all of these experiences, she's actually like, you know what? Maybe I really shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I want to take a break for a while. And
yeah, the industry is not what I thought it was. Maybe this isn't what I want. And she puts on her jacket. She's going to leave this show. and she's decided that she's just going to go home with her dad, and all she wants is just to go home and spend time with him. And she gets to the door, and her friend is standing there that's been with her mom and has brought her mom to the show. And her friend basically spills the beans and breaks the promise to her mom. And it's like, hey, your mom is out there in the crowd tonight. You definitely need to go on with this show. So she's debating whether or not she wants to do this.
So that's crazy. It's like right there. It's like, oh yeah, your mom's going to be out there. It's like, oh, so that changes everything. So, I mean, look, we knew she was going to go on, right? Like, I mean, there's not going to be any chance she's not going to go on to check out her mom. What the hell happened here? Like, why is Thing look so goofy? Like this, I don't know why this.
Because they just announced the Dazzler, like in the panel right before that, they announced the Dazzler. So I think it's just showing his excitement and his giddiness for.
It's like, what the.
He's a Swiftie, but for Allison.
He's an what would you call what would you a dazzle? What would you call her
I don't
fans?
know. What would you call them? I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know, Dazzlerites or something. Dazzles, the Dazzles.
Did we ever dazzle? Does her band have a name, or is it just do they just perform under Dazzler?
I think they do just perform under Dazzler.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like they need a band name.
Yeah.
But
all right, so
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
It just cuts basically to each of the people, and they're all letting you know they're all there. Her mom's in the crowd, and there's Harry and her friend, and she's decided, I'm going to do the show. She made her decision, and so she drops that jacket and she's going out.
Yeah. Now continuing on the next page.
And she absolutely just tears it up. She puts on one of the best performances she's ever put on, and a spectacular light show that just blows everyone away, and just absolutely kills it. She absolutely kills it.
Yeah, I did notice no makeup on this panel. Whoops.
Oh yeah, and that does happen a lot. I've noticed that there's inconsistencies with the face makeup.
Yeah. What can you do? Anyway, so she's killing it.
But yeah, even Captain America there in that one panel is like, wow, this is a show like no other. I'm just absolutely, and when he's paying her a compliment to tell how good the show is.
Yep. All right.
Her dad's like seeing it for what it is. Like, wow, she's a really good singer, and her mom's teared up because she dedicated this song to her mother that she knows is in the crowd, and so she's singing a love ballad, and she does all this like light show. It shows these really cool panels of this light show that she's doing while she's singing this beautiful song to her mom. And then it's over with, and she goes backstage, and you're seeing her unite with the other heroes, Hank and Fantastic Four, and talks to her manager, and that's where we're at right here, cleaning herself up, taking that makeup off.
I don't like the way Beast looks here. I actually don't mind this art, but some guys like Beast, like a few, like Cap looks okay. Everyone looks okay until you get to Beast.
They did him
looks
wrong.
Weird and Beast looks weird.
You would never know that him and her would end up having something later on from the way that how goofy he is in these comics.
That is true. That's true. That is a weird, because it seems like Angel's the top guy right now.
Yeah, he definitely is the top guy, I would say, right now.
There's the mom.
Yeah, she ends up meeting her mom right here. So they have a beautiful reunion here, and it's a really good thing. It ends up going well. And then the dad walks up and they reunite, and it ends up actually going pretty well. It's a good reunion for all. And her mother promises her that she will be in touch as she leaves. So it's a really good thing. You get all these loose ends and all this drama tied up. And Allison, it's 3 a.m. Everything's said and done. She wants to go home and get some rest. She walks in her apartment, and they have all the heroes there have thrown a surprise party for her. So
there you go. Onion dip. I just had onion dip today.
Do what now?
She's like, you can't have a party without onion dip. And he's like, oh, it's in the fridge. I'm like, I just had onion dip today.
Yeah, and then you got Beast, like another goofy panel with Beast, and he's Can't remember what he says, but I don't know. They do him so wrong.
Yeah, he's brutal. All right.
He's way cooler than they make him look.
All right, here's Rogue in what has been voted by me and many. I'm in a Rogue, so I'm in a Dazzler Facebook group. I'm in a Rogue Facebook group, and everyone hates this hair on Rogue.
Growing up, I always hated this version of Rogue. As an adult, I like it. I like.
Oh, really?
Rogue. She has grown on me. I actually like her now. But I hated this version of Rogue growing up.
Me too, man. I was like, ugh. Because Rogue to me is one of the coolest X-Men, and especially it's like, for me, hands down, it's the 90s cartoon costume, that with that jacket and stuff, like, clearly, and then the big hair. Love that outfit. There's been other outfits that have been okay. I mean, Savage Land, she looks good because it's all torn up and everything, but
definitely, yeah.
This is just, and X-Men 97, even though I gave it a 10 out of 10 and absolutely loved it, to nitpick the crap out of it, I will say that I did not like that they changed her costume to that white, border thing, that outline white. I hated that. I'm like, I love Cyclops. I love the classic Cyclops look. Marvel Girl looks good. I love the brown costume on Wolverine. That's probably my favorite Wolverine, actually. Obviously, you want Magneto in his classic outfit. So for the most part, they went to outfits that I thought were equal to or better than what they were. Except for Rogue. I'm like, no, her costume was so good. But anyways, she's still my favorite character in that cartoon. My favorite X-Men, or my favorite character is Cyclops, but she's my favorite in the cartoon. Anyway, punching Dazzler in the face while Angel's on the ground. What the heck?
And it's one of those covers that you like, man. It actually happens in the book. So yes.
Oh, I'm such a nerd for that. Yeah. All right, you want to take this one away? You want to take this one away as well?
Yeah. We started off with Warren Worthington III, Angel, and he is he's flying around and just out of the blue getting attacked by these crazy big huge hawks, and just like, what the heck, man? And he cannot shake them, no matter how he flies. He just can't shake these things. So he's trying to think and strategize a plan. So he does a dive bomb. He ends up getting rid of a couple of them, dive bombing, and then he takes off. His next plan is to fly through the windows of this building and try to lose some of them through this tight space. And it ends up working. He gets rid of all of them except for one. So he ends up shaking all the birds.
Crazy.
This is
crazy. This bird is just got smashed. No birds were harmed during the making of this comic, man. What the heck? Like,
that's the whole plan, is to try to make rotisserie chicken out of them, because they are like rabid beasts. They're just after him, but he's still got this one, and he cannot figure out why they're so angry and after him. But he ends up landing, and he holds up a trash can lid at the last second and takes out the last one.
He smashed these things. Oh my God.
He ended up taking them out, but the damage was done. They had done some damage to one of his wings. So he's got to go recuperate. And then it switches us over to Allison, and she is in the car with who? I can't remember. Who's the man that she's in the car with right now? Do you remember?
This is the guy who's the recording artist. He's really tough, and it's like, so they're going to record a record.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're on the way to cut her a demo. They're on the way to recording studio to cut a demo, and they're driving through New York. Allison sees this girl with headphones on about to get hit by a car. So against her better judgment, she uses her mutant ability to zap the tape recorder so the girl can hear the car. So she gets out of the way. So she saves a life, but it ends up causing this big commotion and stops traffic even more. And they come up on a police officer, and the police officer notices. She's like, "Hey, you're Dazzler," and she's like, "Yes," and she explains what's going on, and that she's on her way to a recording studio, and the police officer is such a big fan that they get a police escort to the studio. So
that's great. Yeah, he's like, "How come you don't have any albums?" I'm going to record one now. Boom!
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. So she goes. They end up at this very famous recording studio with this very professional engineer who he is out for perfection. He's like he's just a perfectionist. He's every time they'll go, he'll yell cut, and he's really, really pushing them to try to get the best out of them.
Yeah, I like this. The fact that he's not just an ass. He's like, look, I literally want. He's not an asshole to them. He's like, I want the absolute best quality. And he even says there's a little aside where he's like, I know you have, like, I know she has potential. I really want her to really give it her all, and that's what he's aiming for.
Yeah, they want to produce something that's going to have the record label drooling when they hear it. So
yeah,
and it ends up turning out really good, and the manager wants to celebrate because it turns out so good. They have such a good day, so it ends up working. It ends up working good.
Yeah, and then we got who are these three ladies? They're just here to play friendly game of poker or whatever. They're not doing anything evil at all.
No sisterhood evil meeting going on at all.
Oh, that's the Sisterhood of Evil. Well, somebody said the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. It's like, would you really call yourself that? Like, wouldn't you just call yourself the Brotherhood of Mutants? Like,
they refer to themselves as like the Sisterhood of Evil Mutants, I think.
Yeah. Why would you say evil? Like, even if if you were a bad group or whatever, you don't see yourself as a bad group. Like, you wouldn't label yourself like evil, right? Like, it's just hilarious. But anyway, the Sisterhood here, we got Mystique, Destiny, and Rogue.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I love seeing these three. I like this trio a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a little bit off of the subject, but what did you think about them changing Nightcrawler's origin this past year, where his parents are now Mystique and
Destiny?
Yes, Destiny.
I didn't. So is that? I mean, I don't even know.
Azazel is not his father. Is not his father anymore. His father is now Destiny.
How can that be? Like, how is that?
Because she apparently is both. Or because Mystique is neither male or female.
So Mystique turned into a man and can produce. So she can produce. See, the problem is sometimes I feel they overthink these things. It's like if you start to overthink a concept, you force the reader to overthink along with you.
I was a little upset about it as a childhood Nightcrawler fan, just because I was so set with Azazel being his father.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, I don't want that change, but
I don't want it either. It's rubbish. It's crap. I love Nightcrawler. When I went to my first comic book store that I ever went to, I bought 3 figures and some comics, and the 3 figures I got was Nightcrawler, Archangel, and Wolverine.
Nightcrawler was my go-to figure that I played with. He was my first pick every time
because he's awesome. And Nightcrawler, Giant Size X-Men number 1 is my favorite one comic. Like, it's hard to compete with like Watchmen or something, but if you just picked one comic, like not saying, oh, I want the Dark Phoenix saga, you can't pick that. Just pick one book, only one comic. Then I would say Giant Size X-Men is my favorite one, just one comic. And Nightcrawler is like just unbelievable in that he's just the damn best. And like, why are they messing with? And the problem is that Marvel continuously steps on their own toes by trying to, we're going to spice it up a bit. It's like, but why? No one cares. Nothing positive is going to come out of it. Is people are just going to be either confused, bewildered, not care, or hate it. Nobody's going to be like, wow, that was a great idea. They're just going to be like, what? How did that
I was really surprised that, like, I don't know. I seem to be one of the only ones that didn't like it. Even like the old school, like the fans that are my age or older seem to be okay with it. And I don't know. I just kind of felt like an outsider on it because I'm like, I don't want the change. Azazel is his father to me. That's who Nightcrawler's dad is. That's where he gets his demon aspects from. But that's not where it is anymore.
Because Mystique would have had to have transformed into. But even if Mystique transformed into a male, does she automatically get like sperm? But also, does she automatically
explained it exactly? But I just know those two are his parents.
See, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. But yeah, and I'm with you. It's nonsense. And there's no need for it. there's actually no need for that change. Like, why even bother? Like, who cares?
I don't know.
Like, if you had a survey, what do you want to see? Do you want to see new parents for Nightcrawler? Do you want to see like Wolverine and Sabretooth fight? Do you want to see Magneto reform a new Brotherhood? And I'm going to check off. I want to see Nightcrawler's parents. I was like, who cares? It's like who is this made for? I don't understand.
Yeah, it was in X-Men Origins that came out probably 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, I stopped. Well, my channel was an X-Men heavy channel, and then it stopped. And it's going to go back to X-Men once this relaunches, and I'll check these out. Most of them I will have to check out digitally because my finances are changed, so I won't be getting a lot of physical issues. But unless there's a change in the next couple of months, which maybe there could be. Anyway, but whatever. I'll definitely check out all that stuff and do my reviews on it. All right, so we learn. Okay, so we cut away from the 3 to go to the dad,
and he's going through this box of old things that he has kept of Dazzler's mother's. He's kept these things all these years, and he didn't even know why he kept them. He just sort of kept them. But for the first time in all these years, he was able to look through them and have some good memories and have some good happy tears. And he's like, wow, I'm making a change for the better. And he realizes that he's making some steps in the right direction.
What's up, Chris? What's going on? Getting dazzled. Yes, he's getting dazzled. Yeah. You missed. So, Chris, you came at a bad time. You missed she had an entire montage of trying on different bathing suits.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. I'm not joking just to make you feel bad. I'm dead serious. There's like the 2 pages of her trying on bikinis.
Yep.
And I'm not going to go back. How do you like them apples? I'm not going to go back. You're going to have to just live with it. Hey, Mohammed, what's going on, brother? Did you hear about Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo work on Wolverine together? Ooh, I did not hear about that.
Yes. And
time to go back. Yeah.
But we're cutting to Dazzler's mom here, and she's just basically talking about just thinking of her 2 daughters that she's got this awesome daughter that she's known about that she's had a relationship with all these years, and now she's got Allison back in her life, and the 2 are going to end up meeting. So
yeah. Now we have to take a pause because my absolute favorite movie of all time
is referenced in the background. Yeah, there's
Conan the Barbarian, Schwarzenegger. I can't believe it. This is him and Valeria. This is the font of Conan, which was my first tattoo. My first tattoo ever was Conan.
I noticed that. I did. Yeah, that's cool. I noticed the little Easter egg in the background. I enjoyed that. That was cool. I don't think I saw that the first time I read this, but I noticed.
Oh, I would not have noticed that. Like ages ago. So I was like, oh, Conan, yes. I was like, well, this is my favorite comic book ever because they were going to see Conan.
And and that makes sense for this book too, because it's around the same time period, right?
Yeah. So what I didn't catch do they give the year on these Masterworks?
I think we're in the early 80s for sure.
Yeah. So Barbarian is 82. What was Dazzler? What is this now? Dazzler 20.
Yeah, this is the year I was born, 82. So
Dazzler issue 22. What was the year on that one? That one, so that was released August 24th, 1982.
So yeah, they're right around the same time.
And Conan the Barbarian came out, I think it was like May in 82, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check.
Chris said he was 8 years old.
May in 82. I was right. You were 8. I was born in 77, so you can do the math. I don't know what I was.
Chris
I was born on Star Wars.
Okay.
You're Conan, I'm Star Wars. We can remember it that way. You're born in the year of Conan. I was born in that's instead of the Chinese calendar, we do it in the movie. I was born in the year of Star Wars. You're the year of Conan.
Nice. I'll take it. But here we go. We're back with Ken. She's back having a conversation and a date out with Ken, and she gets back home. I think she get back home. I don't know where she's at right here. Honestly.
Yeah. So she gets back home. So now we're gonna get to where Angel is going to talk about his issues that were that he was being attacked and all of that stuff.
That's right. She shows up at his apartment, and he jumps her because she walks. The door's unlocked, so she walks on in, and he attacks her because he's like on edge from that Falcon attack. Yeah. And so he explains the whole story to her, and they are flying. I can't remember where they're flying, but
just to go, I think they're just going out to.
They're going to the X mansion. They stayed up all night, and Warren was talking to her about being a mutant. She's more interested in becoming a possible hero. She's debating becoming using her powers for more good stuff. And so she sat up all night with Warren talking about it, and he's flying her to the X mansion. And the Sisterhood of Evil Mutants see them, and they're hot on the trail. Rogue's flying. You got Destiny and Mystique in the goofy chopper, the Thanos chopper, flying through the air there, and they're following her. So let's see what happens.
Oh man, here we go. Well, now we know. Now we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it says Rogue uses the power that she absorbed from Miss Marvel to unearth this tree, and basically throws a big ass tree at him. So
that's what I would have done. No, so then they land here.
Yeah, and then they are addressed by the Sisterhood here. And Dazzler's never met any of these girls before, so they are like basically friend or foe. Whose side are you on? And Angel explains she's on neither side. She's a mutant, but she doesn't use her abilities like we do. She's not good or bad. And they're basically like, well, she's going to have to pick a side. And Rogue starts beating the shit out of Angel right here. And then Mystique turns into one of Angel's ex-lovers. And then she knees him in the nuts. And they're just all giving it to Angel right here. So boom, right in the nuts.
Yeah.
And then she changes back to let you know it was Mystique.
Yep. All right. Dazzler gets her skates on, though.
And Dazzler's about to let them know what side she's on right here. So she decides to fight back. She gives them a little light blast, knocks Rogue back. Destiny is actually blind, so it doesn't affect her. So I think she blinds the other two and then attacks Destiny.
Can Destiny? Does she have? Destiny she plays a little bit more of a more like behind the scenes role in these newer X-Men books that had been coming out in this Krakoan period.
Yeah,
can she fight okay? I can't really remember. Like
I never see her fight, honestly.
Yeah, she never really fights.
She just predicts things. She's just kind of there and predicts things. I don't think I've ever seen her fight. I could be dead wrong. Chris, do you remember seeing Destiny fight in the comics? Because I don't. I just remember her predicting things.
Yeah, so I don't think she could really, even if Dazzler has some skill now because she's fought so many times, but I don't think Destiny could beat her normally, like just even woman to woman, like just because she's not a fighter and she's blind too. I don't think she can really do much against her, but she doesn't get affected by the light blast, so there's that though.
That's a character that I really need to dig into because Destiny's a cool character, but I don't know a whole lot about her.
Yeah, me neither. I always thought she was I always just thought she looked cool and didn't really think too much, above that.
Yeah.
Anyways, friggin' Daz gets whipped.
Oh yeah, Rogue is an absolute beast. I mean, she hands Angel's ass to him, then throws Allison off a cliff. And then goes back and starts beating Angel's ass again. And then they're like, basically tell Dazzler to kiss him to drain his power. And she's going to do it. She's going to do it. And then she has this thought, well, I've never done this to a winged mutant before. Will this make me grow wings? And it scares her. She doesn't want to do it after that. So Mystique's like, all right, well, we'll just take him with us. We're going to use him as bait. He's human bait. So after chickening out on that, Rogue doesn't do it. They pick him up and they take off. And then Allison is back. She wants a little bit more action. So they underestimated. And Destiny's telling them, like, this Dazzler character, I can see her future. And she's more powerful than you guys are giving her credit for. So Destiny is warning the other two ladies.
Yeah, she comes up and grabs Warren here. They kind of plop out of the elevator. And then it's like, okay, Wow, we're okay now.
Yeah.
And then it's Lois. That's her half sister.
Yep. That's how it ends. You get her half sister at the door. So boom, nice
His
little panel
name is
there.
Flame.
And that's like my goal in life is to have an original art piece of just one panel of some sort of Dazzler. Man, I'd be set for life, dude. Just one of those.
There's got to be something out there, no? Like it can't be that expensive for one of these pages.
There's so many beautiful panels in these books, man. I would love to have any one of those.
Here's the so let's move on to issue 23.
Issue 23. His name is Flame.
Before we do any more, do you want to just tell us a little bit about what you got going on, Scott, on your channel?
Sure, man. This next coming week, I do a live stream every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time called Comic Book Addicts, and I have different guests on, and I interview them. We hang out, have a good time, and it's usually artists, writers, comic book collectors, people of that nature. And this coming week, I will have Brian LCS. He's going to be hanging out with me, talking about his brand new book, his brand new comic book that he just recently dropped called The Doctor. So that's going to be really interesting. And I'm actually going to be doing 2 shows. We're doing back-to-back next week. The following day on Tuesday, the same time, same place, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to have the writer Steve Ekstrom from the horror series The Fog. So if you're reading the current series The Fog, I'm going to have the writer Steve Ekstrom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he'll be hanging out with me next Tuesday on a very special Comic Book Addicts. So we're going to have an awesome week next week. I hope you guys can join me.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're talking about The Fog. Yeah, it's based on Carpenter. Carpenter's. Yes. Holy crap,
continues.
That's excellent.
It actually continues that movie. It's years later. The characters have moved on with their lives, but The Fog has come back.
That is bloody awesome. Wow, congratulations. That's gonna be great. So that's not this week, that's the week after, right?
That's next week. This coming Monday and this coming Tuesday.
Monday. The coming Monday and the coming Tuesday. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So links in the chat there. Sydney Sweeney has that. Oh my God.
Please,
that would be the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Sydney Sweeney as anything. I just want to watch her and drool.
That would be, well, she's gonna do Barbarella.
Awesome.
I mean, that's gonna be unbelievable.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Yeah, because she has some amazing skin tight costumes. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. They should have let me make that movie, because it would have been minimum R easy, but it probably would have been NC-17 if they let me do it. But they're not going to let me do it, so that's fine. All right, Flame on. No, this is not Johnny Storm the Human Torch. This is the man called Flame.
And here you go, Chris. Check that panel out.
Oh,
I want
Chris.
that one. I want that one. I want the original art of that page.
Yes, I agree. Whoever finds it first.
It's even got Stanley. It says real big at the top, Stanley presents the shining superstar Dazzler. That would be a beautiful framed piece.
Yes, that would be awesome.
It says fire in the night at the bottom, and it's got smoke throughout the pit. Man, that would be that would be awesome.
So there's fire. And where there's smoke, there's fire. So she actually jumps over her sister, which is hilarious.
Yep. So her sister crashed at her place, I guess. She invited her in and she crashed. It'll explain it a bit later, right? It starts off immediately. I actually like comics that start off immediately with some sort of action that has some sort of threat. That's sort of your best. My best thing is starting it off with action, explaining a little bit of the story, leading up to another action scene, and then having it there, and then concluding that action in the next one. And I like that sort of. I like that layout. Too. Yeah, I like that too.
I did like issue 21 because it did tie up all of the drama elements. But if you're just going month to month, where you just say, "What's your favorite kind of setup?" This thing, like right away, shit, fire, what's happening? Boom, let's go.
See, issue 21 was so important to this story.
Yeah.
But God, there was so much dialogue. It just felt so long.
It did.
Like when you're reading it, if you read the whole thing yourself, that issue scene, which it's a double issue, but it's just a lot of dialogue. It's very dialogue heavy.
Yeah. I mean, I could read 100 pages of Fist of the North Star, or I could read one issue of Dazzler.
Yeah. Of that issue anyway.
Of that issue, yeah. All right, so she gets her powers going to summon the police as a beacon. And it's like, oh look, it's the okay. And then they call the fire department.
And that's actually a really cool display of her power. I've never seen her use herself as like a flare or like a emergency beacon. I've never seen her use it for that use. That's neat.
Lois does see it though, so Lois puts 2 and 2 together. She knows she's a mutant. That's it. The cover's blown immediately.
So my half sister's a mutant.
There's the guy. So this is Flame. We'll see him better. Spoilers. This is Flame. You'll see him better later.
And then look at that panel to the right. How awesome is that?
Sydney Sweeney could easily be
oh my god, man!
Like easy.
I wouldn't be able to pay attention to the movie though. It would take.
That is true.
It would take away from it too much.
Oh, did you mean Dagger or Dazzler? Joe Dog. She'd be good as Dagger as well.
Someone did say Dagger earlier, so he probably meant Dagger.
Okay, well, I was thinking Dazzler. More opportunity for better costuming, I think, if you're Dazzler.
Yeah.
Okay, they got to get out.
Yeah.
Boom, they get out. This old lady's in trouble. Dazzler helps her out.
So she's taking on the hero role more and more.
Yeah, and her sister Lois thinks that she herself may have some sort of mutant abilities, but she's trying to decide, like, does she like Dazzler as a hero? Does she look up to her, or does she think maybe she's a bit wimpy? She kind of goes back and forth, and like the next 2 issues are connected. So it's fitting that we're doing these together because they do connect.
Cool.
They get out. Sure, they get out, of course. Putting the fire out. Flame escapes and calls up whoever hired him.
That's
saying,
a weird looking costume. Look at the ears on it.
Yeah, we'll get a better shot of it. There it is. Why is there like a candle? Like,
that's horrible. That's a horrible costume. I would laugh at him.
Yeah, like
look at the lumps on his head. He's got like these 3 lumps on the. That's just weird, man.
It's like I don't know.
And he's got a dagger. Come on, man. You got a dagger. Like, really, dude? You have a flame and you have a dagger.
Yeah, so this is supposed to
laughed. He'd get laughed at Chattanooga.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's supposed to be fireproof or something. It's like, okay, sure.
Oh man.
So here's the owner of the building, and he's like, well, whatever. It's like they're just like, all you care about is insurance and stuff like that. So keep that in your mind for later. Back at the Sisterhood of, well, actually it says Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, but
are they referring to them as the Brotherhood now?
Well, it says the female members of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Okay.
So, but I like the Sisterhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah, let's just be the Sisterhood. Why not? They got a Sisterhood going.
They're trying to decide what movie to watch. Maybe we should watch No, I don't like that. No, I'm just joking. You never see these guys just hanging out. They're always
having
plotting.
downtime. Yeah, like surely like they have some time where they just want to hang out and relax.
Yeah, like, oh, do you want to kill Angel today? No, I want to go see Furiosa or something. Oh, okay. I was like, what are the movies? Like,
yeah, let's have a spa day. Mystique's like, I don't need a spa day. I can just make my skin look beautiful.
Yeah, let's do a spa day or something. Like what? Okay, so Destiny's like, I've got an optometrist appointment. Oh no, stop it.
I have a freaking gold plate on my face. What do I care about skin?
So they're watching Dazzler. So this is she's doing her. There's Lance with his Lance shirt. I love it. So Dazzler, because she's had all this bad luck now with Angel and Rogue and all, she's like, well, why don't I hire the heroes for hire?
Yeah, she's gonna need a little bit of some bodyguards. So Luke Cage and Iron Fist are recommended.
Sawyer Rosa. Unpopular opinion, I really liked Mad Max Fury Road a lot. And I just rewatched it to make sure there wasn't anything weird in it.
Check that panel with Iron Fist. That is a great panel.
Oh, look at Iron Fist. Boy, his eyes are a lot bigger than they normally are.
I know. Check out the pair of gentlemen in that panel.
Yeah.
Put him. Sorry, guys.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. I'll
Yeah.
never do that again.
At least not for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, continue.
Continue. So the flame comes on again. It's the fire. Shh. So now this is pretty cool though. The roof's all caving in.
Yeah.
And he's holding it up. This is all, they're trapped. Literally the handle comes out. I did put a poll up. Yeah. So Joe Dog is saying,
My favorite hero,
Power Man. Yeah. I've got a Power Man and I've got a Luke Cage mug separately. So I don't know why I just happen to have those mugs. I did put a poll up for the best side character of the night. Rogue has got 73% of the votes, which I kind of thought might happen. But Power Man does have 25. Sorry?
That didn't surprise me with Rogue being one of the options. That didn't surprise me that she got the most.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Power Man's got 25%, so there you go. Nobody voted for Flame because he's awful.
Flames, he is awful.
All right, so Power Fist.
Wow, that's a cool panel with him with the fist.
Busts that door down.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage is holding up the roof here. All right, let's go. Get out, and then he jumps out just in time. Boom, flies out, and there we see the man responsible. The flame, really. I mean,
is that redhead guy that Allison's with her out there? Is that her drummer?
That's Beefer.
Beefer.
Beefer. Like, where's the Beefer? He's right there. Leave it to Beefer? No.
And then you got Flame with his flame chopper or whatever. That's so bad. That's
what's your powers, Flame? I shoot ice. Are you trying to be ironic?
I gotta have the dagger and the motorcycle with the flame on it.
Yeah, there's a flame. Yeah, where is he? Oh, is he the guy in that flame costume? Who's the arsonist? That guy in the flame costume with a flame thing bike? Like,
maybe that might be the guy that set everything on fire.
Yeah. Here's Lois.
I'm no detective, but
yeah, I'm no detective. So there's Lois talking to her mom, and okay. Oh yeah, Lois has been fainting from time to time as well, so that's been established.
Okay. So something's going on with her.
And we see this guy who
cuts back to Ken. That cuts back to some. Now, who is this guy? Does it tell us?
It's Angel. He's in disguise because he's scared.
Oh my God! It's Warren on the stalk again.
Oh, come on. Back at the apartment, they're chit-chatting. Ken's eating his food.
She's so back and forth, man. She needs to make up her mind and either let Ken go or let Warren go. She's just so back and forth.
Yeah, come on.
You can't do people like that. You can't just be with whoever's around.
Yeah. So, Power Man and Iron Fist start to talk about, who's actually responsible for this, because, most 9 times out of 10, it's just the landlord trying to get, some insurance money. That is the case because she goes to visit him and there's Flame right there.
Oh, wow.
And then he just grabs Dazzler.
Not the smartest landlord in the world, because if I'm going to hire somebody to burn the building down, I'm not going to hire the guy with flames all over him advertising it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know he was going to really do it. So he's got Dazzler, ties her up, gags her, drives her to this place here, throws her against the wall. Whoa, that's crazy.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah, really. And then she gets the fumes going here. I guess burns through this. So
she uses the exhaust pipe on the bike, the heat to burn through the rope.
I think she wants it to make noise or something too, and then she it's hard to tell because it looked like she kind of cracks this thing, and then I don't get it. Like, couldn't she just I guess she couldn't rev it to make noise, right? Like, and then that would be enough for her to
friction would rubbing rope would make noise. That would produce noise.
I don't know. Anyway, she cuts free, puts on the skates. He throws fireballs at her.
He's now, he's able to throw fireballs. So that's a power we didn't know about. So I guess that's how the fire got started. Pretty obvious.
He did start the fire.
It was always burning.
He actually started the fire. So he's throwing more fire at her. I mean, this guy to me, like once she's been like doing stuff for Doctor Doom. She's fighting Nightmare. Like I feel like this is like too easy.
This should be just target practice for her.
Yeah, like at this point, right? So she shoots him. Oh, he's got a flame sword. That's cool.
Because I mean, we've played around with her, learning her abilities for, that was the thing that I was able to deal with for the first like 15 issues, the first 3 arcs or so. But after that, dude, like you know your powers now. Come on, like you're still learning certain things, but you know your powers good enough that where you can kick this D-list villain's ass.
Yeah, I think we're more than halfway. The run is it just 40 issues? I can't remember. Is it?
It's 42, and then you got the Beauty and the Beast and the graphic novel.
Yeah, so graphic novel we quickly talked about. So we're more than halfway through her run, and really her powers should be further along, I believe, at this point than they kind of are. I think they're trying to hold back, or maybe the writers aren't exactly sure how they want to proceed.
They kind of want to milk that and like it be a thing that comes to fruition towards the end of the series.
Yeah, maybe. So he's got the fire sword. She's got the laser here. It's like,
so he's able. Oh no, it's his dagger that he wore on the side. I didn't know if he was doing like Green Lantern type of. Was when he make constructs. I didn't know if he was doing flame constructs, but I guess that's his sword that he wears on his side.
Yep, it's like a dagger. It's like a sword. Here comes power. So she actually takes them out, and then here come the 2 boys. You're like, yeah, it's over. Like,
busting in Blue Shield style, straight through the wall.
Yep. Who's going to pay for that wall? So they got her. They got him.
He's actually arrested.
Yep. And then Rogue is back.
Boom. And that's the thing. That is an ongoing thing. That actually, it doesn't end on this series. It ends up spreading across different titles and stuff. Rogue and Dazzler have an ongoing rivalry for quite a while.
Yeah, and I don't like Rogue's hair here, and everyone agrees with that.
Yeah, it took me a long time before I liked her like that, but I like that version of Rogue now.
Yeah. Okay, guest starring Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Final issue of the night.
It's a great cover. And right away, you got Rogue busting through the door.
Blue Shield style, boom,
yes.
Break it in.
Except he's not even going to go through the door. He's just going straight through a wall, Kool-Aid Man style. Oh, yeah.
So still Danny Fingeroth, still Frank Springer, still Vince Coletta. So it's been the same group for a bit now. I don't know how much longer this group stays on, but they're on for this one. So it breaks in. There's nobody home. Oh, no. Recap. And then, just to be a, piece of, to be a biatch, she friggin' just destroys shit.
Yeah, she just trashes the place and then just dips out the window.
Man, that's brutal. It's just sitting down here. Oh, I'll just wait. La-di-doo-dee-da-da-doo-doo. Now this Rogue is weird because she has the Reed Richards white side, but Rogue has more the skunk or the middle.
Yeah, it's on the sides, and in this it's on the sides, which is weird.
Yeah, I think if it was in the middle, I would be more like used to it.
And they've established, just for anybody that's popped in recently, they have established this is early Rogue, but she is far enough along. She does have Miss Marvel's powers. So it is Rogue with Miss Marvel's powers.
Yep. Yeah. In case you're wondering how she's able to fly and smash crap.
Yeah, it does reference that that had happened already. So
yeah. Frank, what's wrong? I was on my way out and I saw some bullshit at your apartment. What? I love how they're like hanging out and kicking shit, and that's just what they do all day is like beat up stuff.
Hell yeah.
They get a call from Daz. Someone's in my apartment. Da-da-da. Here come to the bat poles. They go down the poles. All right, we're here. Okay, let's go. And now he kicks the door down. Yeah. So awesome. This door has just gone through hell.
And then we see them take on Rogue, which I don't know how that's going to go. We got 2 street level heroes against Rogue. I don't know how that
Now this is interesting. What do you think about this? Because I think if Power Man and Iron Fist together
be able
can
to
they take out Rogue, or is she still too strong?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about those two.
I mean, Power Man's pretty damn strong, and Iron Fist, his fist, he can, he should be able to punch the crap out of her if he uses it. Yeah. Or Rogue is really strong. Like we've seen Rogue, she's had fights with Hulk and stuff too. I think, right?
Yeah, she's on par with. She would be on par with Carol Danvers, right?
Yeah. Now, my interpretation was always that Ms. Marvel was much weaker than Binary or Captain Marvel.
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right.
And she would, and she wouldn't have had all the. She doesn't have any cosmic-y kind of powers. It's just really flight and strength.
Oh, okay.
So she might be able to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she can take these two out. It's pretty. It's a pretty crazy little fight here. It's mostly just fighting now.
Yeah, I've never went down the Iron Fist rabbit hole, so I don't know a whole lot about him.
Oh man, Marvel premiere, that Iron Fist run. I don't know how many issues it is. That the first Iron Fist story.
Yeah,
is absolutely killer. I got the Iron Fist tattoo based on that.
Nice, that's cool. That looks cool.
Oh, dude! And then when the Iron Fist show came out, I was so amped. And then I watched it and I thought, this is so awful. And they completely missed the entire point of Iron. It's completely over the head. I'm like, did you guys read any Iron Fist? Because Daredevil Netflix was badass. And hey, Bobby, how's it going?
What's up, Bobby?
I thought, man, I can't wait for this Iron Fist. I thought, wow, this is so awful. What happened? And I remember people saying, Jay, oh no, Iron Fist, that was so terrible. Are you upset? I'm like, yes, I'm upset. Leave me alone.
Never watched it. I'm glad
Don't watch it.
Yeah, I won't.
But definitely, I would highly recommend, not the whole thing, but just the Marvel premiere with his first arc. It's super pumped up.
Cool.
Anyway,
check it out.
So they're fighting here. It's all fighting. There's not really a lot to talk about.
Yeah, just a whole lot of action, which is good. We need that in some Dazzler issues sometimes.
Yeah, look at this, man. Punch right through. Punch some, not through the window, through the wall.
Nice.
Oh my lord.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little sequence panel of Luke Cage falling down. I like that.
That was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like the way that's drawn.
She runs up, puts the skates on, blasts through with her energy.
Yeah, it's a cool little panel with her light energy coming off of her.
Rogue took off.
Oh, so she's taken off. She's not going to fight her this time around.
So yeah, what's happened is that she's seen this message that Lois left saying, meet me at 3 p.m. So Rogue's like, I'm going to go there and meet Lois. And then I can lure, I know where Dazzler's going to be. And I can lure her there.
Okay.
So this is Dazzler doing Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, it looks just like it. It looks just like it.
Where in the world is Dazzler?
Make it red instead of purple. And
yeah. Where in the world is Dazzler? Is Allison Blair?
Yeah.
All right, back to the recording studio. It's late night. She goes back to the recording studio to get away from everything. Records a song.
That demo. Yeah.
This guy asks her out for dinner.
He asks, God, man, everybody. They're always all over her.
They're all over Dazzler. So she's got his number. And then Ken here, this is a mistake. He's got blonde hair here. That's just a color error. This is Ken. He's supposed to have red hair. I don't know. It was just
wow, that's weird. What a weird mistake.
That is a weird mistake, and Rachel confirms it.
Yes. That's weird.
Weird.
One panel he has blonde hair. The whole rest of the comic book series he has red hair.
Yeah, it's just a mistake. What's going on? What is happening here?
Is he finally going to get a little action?
This is looking pretty weird here.
Good for you, Ken.
Yeah, come on, Ken.
Because Warren's had your number this whole series. So
Yeah. So she goes to sleep. Here's Warren in his Dick Tracy cosplay.
he's going to swoop in, try to get seconds again.
Yeah, there he is. Ooh, so he rented out this arena.
He's at the basketball court. What's
Yeah.
he at the basketball court for?
So what happened was he rented it out so he could fly around and be free for a little bit.
Oh,
he didn't
that
want to
makes
fly
sense.
around because Rogue and them are after him.
That makes total sense. Okay.
Is he supposed to have yellow boots and yellow?
No. He normally has white boots and white. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another color error. That is weird.
Maybe they just felt like it would be too much white for that panel with the basketball court being so light colored.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
That is definitely weird.
It is.
All right. Iron Fist and Thingy are chit-chatting about. Allison is undercover. She's going to meet Lois. And Rogue is playing Little Red Riding Hood.
Yep,
so we got Where in the
Riding
World, Allison Blair. We have Dick Tracy, Angel. I'm on my way. And then we've got Red Riding Hood, Rogue. Little Red Riding Rogue.
Yep.
Hey, Jamie.
What's up, Jamie?
There you go. Hey, I was reading your so Jamie's been commenting on my Star Trek reviews. So thank you for that. I like this comic art way better than some they're cranking out these days. Yep.
Yep, we're covering the whole run. We're happy.
For the most part, I would say yes to that. There's some art that I still like, but yes, definitely.
There's just so much, so many beautiful panels and really good writing. Just I like this series personally a lot.
Yeah, me too. We both have the full run, so
yep,
we're not just talking here. Okay, so here they are. Swap. I mean, she just got smacked the crap out of right there. Look at she like hits this and then hits the bed or the table or whatever, and then falls down that way on her face.
Yeah, that's a fall.
That hurts. Rogue picks her up and then slaps Lois.
I mean, we have seen Rogue just absolutely manhandle everybody the last couple of issues. She's beat up everybody.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in this comic can beat her right now.
Nobody's gotten the best of her yet.
And I say, you're not woman enough. What? And she jumps through. She has her skates on.
Uh-oh. And Rogue's giving chase. She's hopping out the window after her.
Yep. Now Rogue can fly.
Yeah.
There is a lot of slapping. And I can't tell if it's palm or back of the hand. It depends. Those are the two different.
Yeah, it just depends.
So she jumps down. Let me out of here. Get me out of here. So she's running through here, throws the cloak, throws the jacket on Rogue, jumps over this kid reading a library book. So I love how Dazzler goes to a library, the quietest place. Like you'd think this is the worst place for Dazzler to go to.
The most noise. Yeah, she needs all the noise.
But a lot of parkour here. Look at this. Okay, so she hops. This is on skates too, by the way. She hops over this guy reading his little book here. She parkours over this thing, like grabs the tape deck. Oh no, it's not here.
Uh-oh.
Then she goes to this place where they're listening to music. Oh no, she's here.
Oh, she's cranking it. She cranks the volume up right here.
Yep.
Oh, that's a crazy little panel right here, or whatever you would call it. I don't know. What would you call that?
Yeah, that's an interesting panel. Like with all the musical notes and stuff, and then her jumping around inside of them. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Everyone's taken off. Now she's supercharged. Misses.
Some nice light blast there. She doesn't connect though.
Nope. Rogue's pissed. but more light blasts. She's like energized now,
And this is
glowing.
what I've been waiting on. Just that I want to see the face off, just one on one, no interference. Dazzler and Rogue.
Yeah. On your knees. Yeah, she's got honey, sugar, honey. I'm the winner of this tussle.
Check
I
it
can't do
out,
that. I
though.
can't.
She's got her hands on her wrist. So is she now absorbing her powers?
She is. So she starts to absorb them. Now, at this point in time, Allison is actually susceptible to her own light. But hold on. So first, Iron Fist comes and does a super kick, front kick, and then he kicks her into Power Man, who then punches her.
But she's like a charged battery, though. She's just absorbed Dazzler's light. I would have thought.
They've got something. They've got like some eye protection. If you can see, I don't know if the chat. I don't know, chat. If you can see this, they've got eye protection.
Okay, makes total sense.
And then she so. You think it's done.
Oh, and then she blasts them with it because they're okay.
Right.
So she did. She was charged.
She was charged. She was holding on to it. So then once they remove their protection, she blasts the crap out of everybody. And then she flies out. Yeah, safety first.
Smart.
And then Lois is like, oh, I'm scared, Allie, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's it.
Yeah, and then the next issue, it introduces the 90s group, the Jagged Edge. 90s R&B sensation. Just kidding. It has nothing to do with R&B.
I was going to say it has nothing to do with Jagged Edge. So yeah,
you're not listening to me. I was just messing with you.
We're going to save that for the next stream. We're going to end it off there because I've only read that many. So there you go. So which one did you like? I guess this was the best one of the night, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was the most action-packed. My favorite, and I hate to even say it because it's not. It's probably the more boring, but the run needed issue. The run needed issue 21 to happen because it pulled everything. It pulled all the loose ends together. It resolves the issue with her mom after 20 issues, her dad after 20 issues. So many things you're kind of tired of hearing about. You get squared away in that issue. So it was an important issue in the run.
Right. There is a partial story in What If. Do you want to maybe just
I actually have that.
Briefly,
it's when he becomes a herald for Galactus. It's really cool.
Okay, so why don't we I'm not gonna put it in the graphic, but I'll put it as we'll just skim through it for next time.
That would be an easy, we cover it in 5 minutes.
It's only
half the comic. The other half is actually a different story. So
right. Okay, so let me put I'll mark that one down as a partial. It actually looks really cool. So we'll cover it quickly.
Chris was asking what issue. I don't remember the exact issue. Do you remember the exact issue that she switches to the 90s look in the blue costume?
No, I actually, we might be able to find it. Hold on a second, because I'm actually, so while we've been talking, I've been going through and just getting the images for the next few. Oh, Dazzler 26 is one of my favorite covers. If you want to see it, do I still have it shared as the screen? I still have it shared. I always thought this was a cool cover. And I'm just going through. The issues, just scrolling through. My Dazzler issues are like all bagged and boarded up.
39's the first issue where you see her with it on the cover, but 38 I think is the first time on the inside.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, and that's the issue where she's got her hand out, and then it's got Wolverine and Colossus on the cover with the yellow background.
Okay, yeah.
But this is the first time you see her on the cover in the newer costume.
Yep.
So that's
I like that costume. I'm used to it from the video game.
That'll be like one of the last Dazzler live streams that we do. That'll be a couple away from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
still
all
the first
volume one.
volume.
Yeah, there's only one volume of Dazzler. There's a graphic novel and there are some offshoots, some one shots and stuff like that. But there's only one volume, 42 issue, and then you got a 4-issue mini with Beauty and the Beast that kind of continues that. So it's kind of like 46 issues if you want to count that mini.
And yeah, we pretty much count it. Like, I mean, I just count it anyways.
Yeah, because we're going to cover it because it takes you straight from volume 1 of Dazzler. It continues her story and Beast's story. So
right. Okay, so that's pretty
You're
much
welcome, dude.
it.
You're welcome, Chris.
So I'm gonna do that. I won't set the stream up yet. We'll go back and forth on a day. It's usually this is the first Tuesday, right? Oh no, what Tuesday are we in here? This is the third Tuesday. So I know I've got a couple of things coming up, and then the next Tuesday you got your stream anyway. So we'll probably be like 3 or 4 weeks from today, maybe 3 weeks or 4. Let me look at my schedule a bit closer, and then we'll figure something out for the next one.
Sounds good.
And we'll definitely do the what if. I'm not going to put it in the graphic, but it is for those who are interested. It's what if number 33, which has 2 what if stories. There's what if Dazzler became the Herald of Galactus, and then the secondary story is what if Iron Man was trapped in the time of King Arthur.
I got an idea. Okay. Mm-hmm. We could do an episode, and I could come up with them because there's a couple of different little Dazzler offshoot stories that are. There's another one where Dazzler and Rogue face off against each other, and it's in a Marvel fanfare, but it's only half of the comic. So, like, we could cover that and what you were just talking about, that and the what if at the same time. Like, we could do a couple of offshoot stories.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do the offshoot for the one after that? Because we'll be in the same position again. We'll have 4, but we could do the offshoot again. So
okay,
we do 4 and an offshoot next time, and the time after that we do 4 and then the other offshoot. Like, we can do it that way. It doesn't exactly have to be in order.
Cool. And I can write down the issues and stuff because I have some of them, and then what I don't have are on a list for to pick up. So
yeah. So why don't you? Yeah, let me see, because I don't have anything other than Dazzler's regular series.
Yeah, I have the one shots, everything, so I can write it down.
Let me know, and then if I can find them, we can cover them. So easy as that. It's awesome. Easy as that. Why not? Oh man, I'm just going through some of these Dazzler covers. Issue 33 is awesome, where it's like a zombie cover, like
the thriller
one. Yeah, and they can't say thriller, so they say chiller or whatever it was. It wasn't like.
There is some really we're about to get into some amazing Sienkiewicz covers. If you guys are a fan of Sienkiewicz,
yeah,
really good.
I could never pronounce.
That's how I pronounce it. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but
I used to say Sienkiewicz or something.
Sienkiewicz. I've heard people say Sienkiewicz, so maybe it is Sienkiewicz. Either way, you guys know what I'm talking about. He does amazing artwork.
Yeah, and so Jamie, Superman does so many things. Like, I mean, I've got so many Superman issues where he does so many things. It's just crazy. Like,
oh, that's cool. That would be fun.
Yeah. But anyway. All righty. Well, that's it. So everybody make sure you're subscribed to Scott. The links are in the description. The links are all in the chat. We already talked about what's going on. So for me, next time you're going to see me is on Friday for Fantastic Fridays. So that is it. All righty, guys. I think that's it. So thanks to the chat. Thank you to all the Legionnaires.
Yeah.
Scotty, stay on for a quick second once we're done. I just wanted to say something for just really quick after we're done.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody out there. Take care. Until next time.
See you guys.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.